Okay, hope you're picking up from the previous video because it will not make as much sense after turning off the cameras and thinking about it a little bit more. Then what we should have is our estimator plus the multiplier. Because our estimate is negative, we should, and we reject the null hypothesis, that we want to say it might be more negative than that, but we have to add a positive number. And so remember where we get this. Our passenger coefficient is this is our standard error is 0.0958. I could go ahead and figure out what my multiplier is. This is 95% confidence interval, and I'm only going to do a one-sided. It's going to be 1.645. And so what I get is negative 0.90771. So we're 95% confident the true coefficient for passenger class is negative 0.9071. If you actually calculate the odds ratio, that means a 40% chance for each class. Passenger class, from passenger class 1, 2, and 3, you decrease each time by a 40% chance of your odds ratio, which is not that good. The wealthy, I guess, survived, and I guess they locked the people in the lower bowels of the Titanic so they could not escape or get on the boats. So the wealthy got the boats, women and children, and so forth. So that kind of writes the 95% confident interval. Let's go ahead and do some other things. Let's go ahead and see if we can't predict what we had. So let's go ahead and predict some of our values. Let's say we're in the passenger class 1. Let's say your age was 60 and you had a male gender. All right, we could go ahead and calculate that. And the probability would be that I have a 25% chance of survival. Hey, that sounds pretty good. But what if you were you? Fitted binary regression, and you predicted it, and you were in class 3, your age was like 20, and you were also male. Let's also say produced in your class, age 20, and you're female. You could then see that the chances of you having in third class is only 12%, whereas if you're a woman in there, you have a 63% chance of survival. So you can kind of play around with these ideas and make some distinctions about this. And so wherever you are, and I don't know the rest of those lyrics, even though I heard them, that song, I was going to call it stupid, just because I heard it so many times, that you could go ahead and calculate these ideas. I want to show you one more thing. How you could use logistic regression. So one of the things that you could do is the National Football League in-game probability. They have this one on Wolfram demonstrations that you can enter in what kind of what half you're in, what's the home in, what's the gap in score, what down it is, all sorts of details, and it'll give you your win probability. And I think what they did was they just took every game since 1960 and calculated all in and did a huge logistic regression on this. And you can calculate the probability for that. So that's something that you could look at it. Although I do not condone gambling, you might use it for your own fun. So hope you see some of the purposes. You could take Intro to Data Science or some other courses, machine learning, to show you some other ways you could logistic regression using data science principles.